No deal.
Yamas! All right, please welcome to the stream, Elias Chatzoudis. How are you, sir?
Oh, very good. Thank you for having me here.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, like I said, man, and this isn't me just blowing smoke, but big fan. You are huge at Zenescope and huge in the industry in general. Larry said it, the legend, man.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you very much.
So how are you, man? Where are you coming from right now?
I'm very good. I'm excited to be here to talk about my work or anything you want. So I'm open to every question you want.
Every question, huh? Oh, be careful because I might throw some twist ones out there. Favorite fast food restaurant? Go.
Can I say?
Sure.
Okay. I'll choose Goodies. It's a Greek chain.
Oh, interesting. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
You got a man of high tastes. I can only
it's delicious.
I'll have to look into it. So, Elias, how long would you say you have been working working with Zenescope?
I think my first cover was in 2012 or at the end of 2011.
Gotcha. So you're going on about a decade now.
Yes.
Nice. 10 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember what your first cover was?
Yes, it was Scylla and Belida. It was a kind of combination covers with a ski theme.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and for those of you who aren't aware, Elias, you are, in my opinion, you are like the Zenescope workhorse because you are putting stuff out like every other, every month, every
Yeah, I know.
week.
I'm like a machine. I know.
Well, it is very impressive because not only, and again, I'm not trying to just continue to blow smoke, but I am a big fan.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you. But no, one, you're consistently putting out content on a regular basis, and it's always just such high quality. So it's never a quantity versus quality situation. It's always
yes. This is something I try to have quality as much as I can.
Absolutely, man. Well, it shows. For anyone who hasn't been paying attention, this year we've been doing the cosplay subscription, and you have been doing every single one of them. Is that correct?
Yes.
So I got one here, and I brought the boxes because I think that they look even cooler when they're 3D. So you did the Xenopoly.
It's a project I really love. It's very nice. It's challenging for me to make famous board games into covers, to turn them into covers.
Yeah. Do you ever find it difficult? Because one of the things that I really admire is your ability to. Oh, I see Casey's got the clues up there.
Yeah.
Let me bring that. So there's your finished product. But I'm always impressed with how you're able to make the final product look like what it's trying to parody. It's very accurate.
Maybe this happens because I'm also graphic designer, and I do the logos and the composition of the cover. So I think this helps me to be like a real board game cover.
Yeah, absolutely. So what would you say, artist, graphic designer, do both titles share the same level for you, or would you say, artist?
I'd say I'm more artist than graphic designer. It's something that I enjoy more.
Gotcha. And did you always know that you wanted to be an artist, or did you ever say, I want to be a banker?
Since I remember myself in high school, I remember myself to draw the stuff I see like a movie or a comic book, a cover. I was trying to trace famous characters. Yes.
Very cool. So was it always comic books, or were you looking at other, art fields?
I started to watch movies, animations like Disney's. This was my favorite thing to do when I was a kid or in high school. So yeah.
Cool. Do you have any, I know probably tons of inspiration, but do you have any, artists that you're a really big fan of, or that you would say, impacted your work? Obviously, you just said you were a big Disney fan.
Yeah. I like Arthur Adams. It's a comic book artist, very famous, of course. All the artists of Disney.
Okay.
It was like a school for me, because when I started my career, I used to do cartoons, more cartoony and exaggerated forms. But when I started to work with Zenescope, I started to do more realistic poses and bodies.
Well, it's interesting that you say, because now thinking about it, like you do have a very mystical, and I know Zenescope is all, fairy tales and, fantasy, but you do have that very kind of like Disney almost kind of look, like approachable, appealing, kind of cute, but still, serious.
Yes.
Like I really do see that, come through. I think Casey, if you're back there, I think we might have some of those Wonderland covers. I think
my favorite theme is the fairy tales and Halloween. So these two.
Yes, those gatefold covers that you did.
Blow your mind.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, how long did those take you? Like, did you do one at a time, or do you do it all at once? Because you've done a couple gatefolds.
Do you mean the connected?
Yeah. Sorry, the connected covers.
Okay. I have to work together to all of them. Yes. I first do the lines, and then I have to color them in once.
Gotcha.
Because it has to be,
Yeah, it's got to flow. It has to have that kind of crossover.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm a big fan. I know I saw the monsters, kind of like the Universal movie monsters, the fairy tales, and I think
now I have the Wonderland, the Steampunk Wonderland.
Yes, those look fantastic. I'm a big fan.
This is one of my favorite projects, because I love the composition and the coloring and the small details that the cover has. Every cover has some small details. So it's very nice for the viewer to see them.
Yeah, there is a lot of detail that goes into some of those. Like when you look at the backgrounds, I'm going through here real quick trying to see. I do have, this one isn't necessarily the Wonderland, but it is one of the fantasy ones.
Yes.
But just the amount of detail that you have in the background with the house and the trees and the plants. And that's not just for this one, that's all of it.
And it's very hard to color it. When I do the liner with the ink, I'm thinking I have to do this little thing, because after that, I think that I have to color it. So I'm,
Yeah,
because I have to color it. I color my work, so it's very hard. When I say hard, it's something I enjoy, but
a labor of love, some would say. Very cool. Yeah, and you're not, the fact that you do it all is very impressive. But I guess it would be difficult to say, is there one part that you like more than the other, or is there one part that you dislike more than the other?
I like to ink, to do the line art and ink it. It's something that I enjoy. But I don't want another artist to color my work, to be honest, because
there's nothing wrong.
I have my personal sense and my taste on my cover, so I'd like to give it.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Especially if you have the capabilities, why not? But even more so,
have the time. Yes.
There you go. The time, the patience, and the capabilities.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you had that vision, why not execute it yourself? And I'm sure that like Dave and those guys probably are like, oh, Elias is on it. He's going to take care of it. No problem. Is there, and like I said, you've done so much for Zenescope. Is there something that you haven't done yet that you like are interested in doing or kind of have in the back of your mind?
I'm not sure that there's something that I didn't do. I don't know. But maybe Dave or Ralph, they have something in their minds. So I'm open to listen and to work.
Have they ever come to you with an idea that's kind of made you go, "Ooh, that's tough," or "Oh, that's challenging"? You know, the one that kind of gives you pause.
The connected covers is something that is very challenging because, as I said, I have to work them all together in like a big paper with 5 connected covers. This is very challenging. Sometimes I say, "Oh, why to me?" But you know, when I see the final product, I'm very happy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dave and I were just talking actually before we came down. Like when you hold up all of these like board games and stuff together, like when you stack them and it actually looks like a
Real,
you know, like a game shelf.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. It's just very impressive. All of the I go on. David has a question, and that's I'll also open up to anybody who's watching. If you have a question, feel free to put it in the comments here. But David is asking, you work on more than one piece at a time? Like if you forget the connecting covers, say you have multiple assignments, do you work on them all together, or do you do one at a time?
One at a time, because I don't want to tire my mind, you know. Yeah,
makes sense.
It's better for me. It's better for the project to be 100% on it, and then to start something else.
Gotcha. And I know that you were saying that Wonderland and some of those really detailed covers have been like really enjoyable to work on. Do you have like maybe a project or a specific cover that you were like really proud of? Like if you had to say this is something from my time at Zenescope, what would you put in your time capsule?
This is a very difficult question because I have done many, and every time my favorites are the last ones. So if you would ask me a year ago, I'd say the 5 last cover. Now, I think those with the board games are one of the best, my best covers. Especially the one I sent today to Dave.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that one.
I don't think so.
And I don't think we can show it either. That's what we were very careful. We're like, all right, which one of these are we allowed to show?
It's very sexy. It is one of my favorite board games when I was a kid. So yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to I dare not ask any further questions because I don't want to face the wrath of my superiors. No spoilers, no secrets.
No, just pigtails.
Well, let's see. So I was asking you your favorite cover, if there was something that you wanted to do that you hadn't done yet. You do a lot of cosplays for us, and I'm sure that's one of the reasons why you're here with us today, in addition to just phenomenal. But is there a cosplay maybe that you want to do but that you haven't done yet? Because I've seen a lot of your your different cosplays for maybe different characters or series, not necessarily board games.
I'd like to do something for the Game of Thrones, something. But you gave it to Mike Rome. I don't know why. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, not me. Nose goes.
I love Mike Rome's art.
Mike, if you're out there.
Yes, but now the new Game of Thrones, the House of Dragon or something like that. Yep. So
very cool. Dave, if you're listening, Ralph, keep those ears open. Give the man what he wants. So would there be you know, I'm trying to think here. Shoot, it was just on the top of my head. It was a good one too, Elias. But why don't I just ask some of, I don't know if you're familiar with it. Actually, David Ross just skipped it. I'll put in here. Do you draw for yourself? And if so, is it a different style? Now, I've seen like you post stuff on, well, here's another quick question. Social media, websites, do you have anything like that where you'll post consistently, or where can people go to see, stuff?
Yeah, I have my Instagram, my Twitter, my web store, my website. And yes, I think the style I do for Zenescope is the style that is very recognizable, for me. So yes, it's the same style. If this was the question.
Yes, yeah. If you draw on your free time, like for yourself,
yes,
is it the same style?
When I get bored, I draw. When I go on vacation, I draw. I cannot be somewhere for a week without drawing. I'd like to draw. My arm in my head is, I have to do something with my head.
I gotcha. Yeah. Oh, you're always moving.
Yes.
Yeah, and here's actually, so David, Scott got me, because I wanted to ask, who were some of your favorite artists? I asked about your inspirations, but are there any artists currently in the industry?
Just a moment.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, no problem. But yeah, is there an artist that you're, or artists, plural, that you're a big fan of currently in the industry?
Could you repeat your question, because I was...
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You got a lot going on. So who would you say in the industry currently are some of your favorite artists?
Okay. This is a difficult question because I have many artists I know in person. And I don't want to say, a name, because another person might be upset with me. But to answer your question, I'd like to say that I love Ibas's faces, Sam Kamunaki's colors, the Balfour's line art, and Gabe Garvey's poses.
Nice. That is a very good breakdown. I like that you had it all thought out too. So if we can take all of those and get you guys to collaborate on one super cover.
Super cover, and this is me. I have all these things. No, I'm kidding.
I like that, though. I think, Dave, you're listening. You get everybody to do one person on one cover. It'd be an interesting experiment.
No,
I really want to see how it comes out. Yeah, it would almost be like a Frankenstein.
You could say that.
Steven's got a good question. Advice for new artists?
Okay. I'd say to make practice almost every day when you have free time to work, to draw, anything. If this pleases you, is very it's a good thing, because when we have to love what we do. So I think if I wouldn't love to draw, I wouldn't be a good artist, Yeah.
Right.
So practice every day. Yeah. And listen people's opinion who know that they say the truth.
I think that is all solid advice. Very good. And yeah, as you were saying before, it's a labor of love. So if you're not loving it, why labor?
Yes.
I had another question here. Catherine was asking, who is your favorite character to draw? Kitty was also asking if you had a favorite Wonderland character to draw. So I don't know if that's like a two bird, one stone type question.
Okay. The second question is about the Wonderland's character, the Queen of Hearts, and the Zenescope characters, maybe Helsing.
Oh, interesting. And do you have a reason why in particular?
I don't know why. Maybe because I think she's a very unique character with a hat and everything. Yeah, this is why. And Robin, of course, because the eye. But my favorite is Helsing. Well, Helsing.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say I had this is one of my favorites that you've done. It's just it's of there's a metal card version, but at Van Helsing, I just thought, and the colors for it, like that light dark blue, very good nighttime.
Yeah.
So we've got a little bit of time left. I want to ask a few questions that aren't necessarily comic book Zenescope related. These are inside the actor studio questions, so I stole them. But what would you say is one of your favorite sounds?
The sound of silence.
Ooh, now are you talking like the Simon and Garfunkel song or the actual silence?
The actual silence.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you just stop and you don't hear anything. All right, not bad. What is a sound that you hate?
Snoring.
Raven, I don't know. Did you see those comments earlier in the chat? No. Raven Gregory was talking about.
Okay, hello, Raven.
Yeah, he said, where the hell was Raven Post and somewhere in the chat
there is a
here.
Story behind this.
Yeah, here we go. Raven says Elias is not a fan of my snoring. So would you mind enlightening the viewers at home?
Yeah.
Was Raven a notorious snorer?
I don't want to say bad things, but it was, oh my God, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. Yeah, we shared a room in San Diego, and I had to go downstairs to the lobby to spend my night. So the next morning I was like this, and I told Ralph, I'm sorry, I didn't sleep at all at night, so I have to sleep. So please forgive me.
That's great. I don't think I heard that story.
And yes, and the next night they changed my room. So sorry, Raven, but
hey, it happens. Everybody's got some. There are worse things you could be doing in your sleep. But hey, Trent wants to know what's your favorite Greek food?
Pasticcio. It's a pasta.
Nice.
Yes, it's a pasta. It's called pasticcio.
I like. I don't know the name. You ever had the like the rice wrapped up in?
Dolmades.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I don't like it, to be honest.
No, that's fine.
I prefer, for one reason I don't know, I prefer Italian food. I don't know why, but.
No, you and me both. You got your lasagna, you got your spaghetti, your meatballs,
pizza, everything.
Calzones, strombolis, the list goes on. So we're running out of time. A few other questions, and then obviously, if you're watching in the comments and if you have a question, now's your chance. Quick, throw it out there. But if you could be doing any other job, Elias, obviously you're doing a great job at what you're doing now, but if you could be doing anything else, what do you think your occupation would be? Or what would you like it to be?
Okay, I would be a photographer because I like to take photos, especially for buildings and landscapes. Or a driver. I like to drive.
Nice. Now, like a getaway driver, like a Ryan Gosling type, or just like an Uber?
Maybe a Uber or Lyft or a taxi driver. I like to drive.
It's not a bad gig.
Yes. It's something that relaxes me when I drive and makes me think.
Now, the only downside is you wouldn't be able to draw while you're driving. But I guess in this scenario, you're not drawing.
Yeah, because when I drive, I think the project, I think poses, how to do something, because my mind is free.
Would you say that the car is like your big idea spot? Like that's where most things come to you?
Yeah, you could say that. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, I know car, shower, and bathroom are like the the big three.
Okay, the car.
The car. If it's a multiple choice, we'll go with the car.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just keeping an eye on the time, making sure that we're still good. But what is something that gets you excited?
To work, of course, and to go somewhere for vacation. When I know that in 2 months from now I'll be in my favorite place, this is something that makes me excited. Like now, as I know, I'll be in Greece in 2 months, so I'm very excited.
Nice. That's exciting. Yes. And I do think that we can probably say you're confirmed for the next VIP event. Is that correct?
Yes.
Nice. So I am so excited. I hope you're excited too.
Yes. It was very nice. The first time, it was very nice meeting all of these Zenescope fans, to talk with them. And why not to draw something?
Yeah. Dude, I'm so excited, and I know everybody else is gonna be. Deb is saying in all caps, yes. Yeah, look, you got everybody's absolutely, man. Everyone will be stoked to see you.
I hope to see you guys there. It will be a pleasure.
Yeah, it'll be great. If it was anything like the Vegas VIP Fest was the first one that I went to, and that was a blast. So
how was it?
It was fantastic. And it was actually my first time on the West Coast in Las Vegas. But just honestly, meeting all of the Zenescope fans and all the VIPs and putting faces to names. Like, I know it kind of sounds corny and stuff, but the fact, like, it was such a community when everybody was there. And I mean, the artists and the writers and the fans, everybody was just chilling, having a good time.
It's always great to meet your fans, because it's something that your family, because they know you many years. They follow you through social media or your work. So it's very nice to meet and to speak with them, to thank them, because they support you.
Right. Yeah, and that's got to be cool from your perspective, especially.
Yes. I always want to thank my fans.
Humble too. I appreciate it, man. I love it. I love it. So we're just about out of time. Is there anything that you want to leave us with? Any parting words of wisdom? Any questions of contemplation?
No, just that the thing that tomorrow I'm flying for MegaCon Orlando, so I'll be there for the 4 days.
All right.
If anyone be there, I'll be happy to meet him.
Fantastic. So MegaCon Orlando, Elias will be there. Go check it out, and definitely go check out Elias's social media out there on the digital website, the digital ether. Elias, thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
Thank you very much for your invitation. It was a pleasure to speak with you.
Believe me, man, the pleasure was all mine. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you.